Two teachers, teaching the same subject, but in vastly different environments. Both teaching music to enthusiastic pupils, but using dramatically different methods and styles. Could a mainstream music teacher learn something from their performing arts counterpart? Can some hardcore drumming action help this teacher further her musical knowledge and find her world music groove? Conor Doherty works at the Brit School, one of the UK's leading performing arts schools.
The pupils studying world music provides a contrast to their highly technology-based musical world that they're in.
Because this is 8 beats long, this thing. No, it's 9 beats long.
It's something that's old, very traditional, and very other from what they're used to.
We have computer classes on Tuesday, and the next day we do it on world music, which is a big difference, really. But without world music, you wouldn't have any computer technology music at all, let alone modern pop music. This is where it all comes from.
About halfway through my music degree, I realised that I'd really got the bug for world music, for looking at music in different cultures and different musical instruments. I was in Pakistan for 3 years in total. I became a pupil of a Sufi dole drummer called Papu Sain. I took formal lessons with him, became his official pupil, and then basically followed him around the country.
Musicians that come from oral traditions, they have this huge library of music in their heads.
Conor's passion for the subject really helps because, you know, if someone else is passionate about it, it means you're a bit more passionate about it.
I think he's generally a sort of person who, even if he wasn't a teacher, he would just be telling me about it if I just met him down the road or something.
Just on the other side of London, but a world away from the Brit School's urban setting, Lisa Hampson is a music teacher at St George's School in Harpenden.
Here in the chapel, we really focus on the choir work. There's a junior choir which we rehearse for the actual junior chapel services on Sundays, and there's also a senior choir which does the senior chapel services during the term time.
Should we do the 2 bars into that section?
Classically trained, with little experience of teaching any kind of world music, Lisa would love to add it to her musical repertoire.
From my training, we did a little bit, but I don't feel that we really spent enough time to really make sure that children are accessing both the listening skills, the performing skills, the reviewing and appraising that is expected in the curriculum.
There are something beats in a bar?
The school has a vibrant music department, but their resources are limited with no world music instruments. But this hasn't dampened Lisa's enthusiasm to find out more.
World music can give children a lot clearer and more exciting, engaging learning experience. I think that children can also then see where they are, where their identity is, what music they like in comparison to other types of music around the world.
We've taken Lisa beyond her classroom for a day to learn what she can about teaching world music Brit School style.
Would you like to come and get a coffee?
So where do your students from the Brit School tend to go after they've finished here, they finish their BTEC diplomas?
Some of them go and work straight away in the industry as producers or songwriters. We've had some who've got very successful very quickly, like Katie Melua or the Kooks or Winehouse.
Lisa's already got high hopes for her day at the school.
Just from walking through the doors, it looks so vibrant, exciting. There's so many individuals obviously really enjoying the courses they're on. And just from meeting Conor just a minute ago, I can tell he's the kind of person I'm going to learn so much from today. And I'm already learning things just by talking to him, which is fantastic. So I'm quite excited about today.
Lisa's keen to see more of the music department, so Conor takes her on a whistle-stop tour.
First place I'll show you is our rehearsal rooms.
Are they soundproof so they don't affect each other, or?
No, they're not. So this is the studio, this is the control room, and there's your live room. Up here is the music technology suite.
Oh wow, it's brilliant.
This is our theatre,
Oh wow.
and this is year 13, preparing for their show tonight.
The theatre space is where Lisa will get her first taste of Conor at work, with a lunchtime African drumming session.
This music all hangs on a bell pattern. In Ewe, this instrument is called gankogwe, double-headed bell.
Conor believes it's crucial that teachers and pupils get hands-on experience of world music if the lessons are to hit home.
Teachers feel a little bit on the back foot in terms of teaching world music, simply because they haven't had enough chance to get their hands dirty, as it were.
So the other thing we need to get going is the song. We've got a really simple call and response song.
Call and response is something that you find a lot in a number of different musics in sub-Saharan Africa. It's the notion of having a lead singer and then a chorus who respond to something that the singer sings. But you also find it amongst drummers as well. A couple of other things that are good to know about are polyrhythm, which is the idea of having a number of different rhythms played at the same time. And rhythmic signals, which is how a lead drummer directs or controls his group of drummers using rhythmic patterns to signify different sections of the piece or different patterns to be played.
The lead drummer plays a drum called a chemevu.
Conor teaches many of his lessons without written music, instead preferring to lead them using traditional methods of example and repetition.
Try not to speed up if you can. So, for the Ewe dance drumming ensemble, it's important that all the different drummers know how to play the different parts involved.
By moving pupils around, Conor ensures that each pupil learns a number of different rhythms.
West African music is played in big groups, whereas I think a lot of our young musicians these days are used to playing either on their own or maybe in groups of 2 and 3. So it's a really useful thing in terms of developing that side of their musicianship.
Right, just come out of a workshop with Conor and his students. It was absolutely fantastic. Really great being thrown in the deep end and actually performing hands-on. It was great. We did 2 pieces. First one was a little bit easier to sort of get to grips with. The second one was quite difficult.
Lisa has concerns that some of the rhythms may be hard for her younger pupils to grasp.
You can try and simplify these, as well, if they're finding it difficult. Like, you could make that a straight 4, or you could make that a quaver in there instead of a triplets, So it's about, customizing this
to the ability of the kids, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Before the afternoon's workshop, Lisa takes the opportunity to chat to a couple of Brit School students.
So how do you find the world music course here at Brit School?
It's really good. It opens our eyes to a broader range of music, globally as well as, so we're not just confined to British pop or anything like that. It's good.
I really like it because of its practical element, because it's a lot of, there's all these crazy instruments like sitars and big African drums, and you get to play around with them and stuff, and you learn at the same time.
Conor believes that his pupils engage in his topic because he doesn't look at the music in isolation. The historical and cultural background is always emphasised and brings the music to life for his pupils.
Where exactly is this place? Here, beautifully drawn by me, blown up version of the west of Africa. And the region that we're talking about is the Volta region, which is down here in the southeast of Ghana.
It's very important that they have some historical and cultural context for their instruments and the music itself, because otherwise it's just something that's removed, something that exists on a page in a book.
So, only 3 of our instruments are actual Awe instruments that come from Ghana. This double-headed
Conor points out that even without the specific instruments, it's always possible to adapt what's available.
We can recreate this music because we're using drums that are tuned to different pitches. A high one, a medium one, and a low one.
Conor also uses the workshop to reinforce lessons learnt in the earlier drumming session, again using simple listening and repeating techniques.
So let's get all the different layers of polyrhythm together and see if we can recreate this piece, Agahu. So let's start, as usual, with the lead drummer bringing in the bell and the rattle.
Before Lisa goes, Conor shares one final piece of advice for teachers interested in world music.
I think something that teachers can try and do, if it is available in their area, is to get some practical hands-on experience. If you look hard enough, you do find local groups that are doing drumming or singing from different parts of Africa. Even just a day spent with them, or maybe a few regular lessons over a few weeks or months is invaluable, I think, in the classroom.
For Lisa, her Brit Day experience is over.
Thank you, and take care now. Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
But how does she feel it's gone?
Conor has a fantastic natural passion for world music, and you see he's studied it for a very long time and travelled all around the world, and it rubs off on you spending the whole day with him. And I just hope that now I've got some skills and developed my subject knowledge to really put that back into the classroom at St George's. Jasmine, Lottie, Rebecca.
A few weeks later, and St George's Music Department is awash with African drums, all on loan from their local authority.
The pupils have reacted so positively to the experience they've had of African drumming this week.
And I feel that I can give the pupils a lot more in the lessons to sort of allow them to sort of tap into where these instruments are coming from and why the music sounds the way it does and the use of the music has in their community, in their society.
Ghana is actually here on the bottom part of Africa. It's like a bottom. Now, I haven't got all the African drums for all the different parts of the family, but we're going to try and recreate those sounds. So with your djembes, you're going to go... Yeah, should we try and do it together? Ready? 3, 4.
I really liked the noise because they were loud, they weren't too quiet, and they were really fun to play with.
Before I didn't know that if you hit different parts of drums, then it makes a different sound. So I learnt that new one today.
1, 2, 3, 4. Baku to Yahweh, Besai Yahweh.
African music is also something that you can teach from year 7, age 11, all the way up to 18 when we've got our sixth form students, because everyone's got an instrument and everyone's getting involved. I think it just creates a lovely learning environment.